this moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Giving the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross.
Well, Mr. Perry,
Hey.
the fourth session is you and me.
Okay.
Miss Finch, we enjoyed her in them first three sessions.
Definitely.
She's a amazing woman that works with financial literacy for young people with SRP Federal Credit Union. And so we just want to give a shout out back to Miss Finch for Miss Charmaine Finch. And again, she is in community development. She's a community engagement specialist, actually. That's her actual title with SRP Federal Credit Union. And so we're so just
But y'all give classes too.
Yes, and that's what she does. She goes in the community for young people up to 18. And then after 18, we have another representative who is out in the community, along with other team leaders and team members who have the financial background to help build the community. However, with us, we've been on this journey for a while, and let's go back here. Thank you, God. Thank you, community.
Yes.
Thank you, supporters.
Yes.
Thank you all so much. Because again, I like to give these acknowledgments every time because they are not missing.
Right.
Every time they've been there for us since the beginning. So we like to just thank the community and thank God, thank the community, thank our supporters so much. Now, in our sessions, one thing we learn is that financial literacy starts at home. It starts with parents. And so I had the opportunity. I'm not going to call it.
Well, go back deeper than that. One thing about with financial security, you got to have trust. If you can't trust the person that you're married to or you have a relationship with, that credit is shot. Because I remember when I went to the Gulf War, I left my credit card back. Cause I ain't need no credit card in the war zone, and I left my credit card back, and I didn't have no concerns when I got back. Cause when I got back, my credit card was just like brand new. Cause I was gone, and I wasn't concerned about not having no money.
But and this was the Gulf War experience.
Yes.
By this time, we're 2 children in.
Yep.
Okay, so the tutorials, the understanding happened in the earlier years when we first got together. Because you shared with me you didn't have no credit cards, you didn't know about credit cards. But see, my father, he did teach us you need to get. Well, he used to teach us you need to get a Sears card because Sears was the going company then and build your credit.
Right.
That's what my dad taught us. And so that's where that came from me telling you that because I didn't have no credit cards when I married you.
Well, the emphasis of that was this right here. I had no bills. I had money in the bank. I had, I wore a military uniform, so I had to have a large wardrobe. But the main thing was I had money, but I ain't had no credit.
Yes.
You have to owe somebody in order to have credit, so to speak.
Well, you need to show a form because if you listen to Miss Charmaine in the prior recording, what she said on her higher limit credit card, you spend a portion of that. You don't take it to the limit, and you show that you make payments. So therefore, the when they see your credit report, they're like, this person pay on time. They don't have no delinquencies because on that credit report it shows if you're 30, 60, or 90 days delinquent and how many times you are. Okay, it shows that,
and also it'll show when you didn't pay and you didn't go to that bank no more, and you go to another bank,
well,
your credit history will follow you.
well, if you don't pay, that goes into collections.
Mm.
So that's another part on your credit report that you don't want. And so going back to the original statement, starting at home now, everyone didn't have those tutorials. However, you can learn along the way. And so it is in these times, it really is not an excuse for there not to be some form of financial teaching with your young people. Because just like Miss Charmaine, who is a single mother. However, she is every week, she has a sit down with her children about, and she has things on her refrigerator. She has it before them. She has it before their eyes. So every time, young people going in that refrigerator. So if they have on the refrigerator, this is what I have saved, it's like a chip in their brain. They remember that.
Well, there's a very serious problem, even more serious than that, because if you notice, when you go to McDonald's and places like that, and the people are ringing it up and all like that, it isn't the words up there; it's the picture of what you want. Because a lot of people can't read the writing, and then they don't count the money back to you; it automatically come out of the machine, and therefore the financial part of owning your own money and monitoring your own money and controlling your own money is the problem in the United States. Because I could go to Korea and all them other places like that, and they're very good financially with the math of how to count money. And you get over here, the emphasis of knowing what you got, that you can count it up and get a percentage of it and all that is math. And you really got to stick with them books and really learn it, because if somebody come to you and say, I'm going to sell you this car, but it's going to be 90% interest, I got a car.
Well, they're not even going to tell you the interest rate. They're not going to tell you.
Well, they told you if you don't know what 90% of your interest is, you ain't going to think twice about it.
Well, and again, that goes back to we must attend these workshops, these different things. Social media is huge now.
Oh yeah.
So it's out there. These workshops. She said check with the chambers, your local chambers. I see a lot of advertisements on Facebook for workshops and things of that nature. The wisdom is out there. Now, whether you find it important to you to go get that wisdom, that's another thing.
Well, it's just like the wisdom when you go and buy something and you have 0% interest. You have that 0% interest doesn't mean that interest isn't going to accumulate every month.
Well, no. 0% mean there's no interest for a term. So if it's 0% for 60 months, that means there's no interest for 5 years. However, there are clauses in there. You've got to make monthly payments.
That's exactly what I was saying.
Okay, so you've got to make monthly payments. If you don't make the monthly payments, then therefore that contract is null and void. Now you're going to go into making payments based on 29, 30%, whatever their interest rate is.
That's a play on words, because when you say 0% interest, you think it is no payment.
No, they didn't say that.
I know they didn't. So, but that's how you think when you see 0% interest.
No.
If you don't deal with money, you think that.
Okay, and I guess because I've been in money for 30 years.
Exactly.
So listen, if you need to read and have understanding, let that come out of this.
So you mean 1 + 1 isn't 1?
Again, you need to read and have understanding. If you don't understand, you take someone with you. Do not be prideful and sit up there and try to be like, oh, I get this. I got this. I got this. And then later on down the line, because you didn't read the fine print.
Well, I got to stop you right there, because it's one, I wouldn't say very hazardous thing that young people do. They say, I know. They say, I know, but you don't know. because I tested a young man with that, and I was explaining to him how to do something. He said, I know. Okay, I turned around and said, show me then. And he couldn't show me. So I said, I thought you know. You know what I know mean? I don't need no more directions. You got it. But you're just saying, I know, so I can go do something else. Not that you understand.
Well, and that happens also with our age group too, because you don't want to take time out to listen. But what I want to make sure that the audience understand, with financial understanding, literacy, you got to listen to people that's been doing this, and not just doing it, but they're successful in what they've been doing. And so I'm gonna go back to parents. You start with your children, and Miss Finch talked about that. I like the analogy she said that the workshop gentleman gave them. Listen, you can start saving for your child. I didn't know you could do that before they got out the womb, because I thought they had to have, in certain situations, they had to have a Social Security card. However, for them to have their own savings, but you can start savings for your child as soon as possible. Soon as possible, meaning when you get that Social Security card, okay, that's in their name. There's a joint owner on that account for that child. And even if you put $5 in there per pay period per month, just think, do the math on that up until they're 18. At least.
So you tell me I can go to the Beyonce concert on credit?
You know what? You're going to get in trouble.
Oh, well.
Okay? Because leave Beyonce alone, okay? Leave her alone. But if you can't afford to go see Beyonce, then you don't need to be going.
Shucks.
At the end of the day, okay?
I tried, y'all.
No, no, you can't. You cannot go and do things that is out of your budget. And go back to what Miss Finch was talking about. Do you need that, or is that a want? Because that's two different things.
Well, there was a want and a needs in there somewhere. I just can't think of it right now. But,
well, and I want to say, when it comes to our daughters, I used to sit down with them, teaching them about the importance of even a Roth IRA, about savings, about building your credit, about paying your credit on time. Because every nugget that I learned, I try to bring that home. The importance of you being able to buy your own house, if that's what you want to do. You don't depend on a man to come in and buy you a house. Your credit should be A1. Your income should be A1.
My daddy.
Well, no, our daughters don't roll like that. Nope, we don't allow that. And but at the end of the day, you should be able to sustain for yourself. And so, again, I still want to talk about, for we who understand, and your journey and my journey may have been different. However, one thing my father told me, which is true, bad finances causes hardships in relationships. And my father used to work on base at Fort Bragg, and he said it would be sad to see a soldier watching the other guys come get something to drink and some chips. He can't get it because he don't have no money and he hungry. He said he would just go and buy it for him sometime because of the mental strain of that. And you know this as a military gentleman, like some guys would have to go through being airborne to be able to provide for the family outside their regular paycheck, right?
Oh yeah, they went airborne just to buy a can of beer or some cigarettes.
That is not a necessity in your family.
Well,
but okay.
there was a necessity in there. One man's pleasure is another man's agony. With that,
okay. Well, they got their priorities out of order, because if you jump out the plane and drink some beer,
that's for some beer and cigarettes.
But at the end of the day, we have to take the nuggets we learn along the way. That's what I'm stating. At this stage in my life, I try to tell young people, you can start up here. You don't have to start back here. You understand? So it's like our daughters at their age, I'm telling you, get you a Roth IRA, $500. Okay, that's pre-tax. Okay, so when you turn, whatever the age may be at that time, because who knows, they'll change it. But you'll have something. That's what I'm talking about. You can start right now. And the Bible talks about how, basically, and I'm paraphrasing, a wise man leaves a legacy for his children's children.
You mean I can't get something on credit?
You can if your credit says that, but I'm saying I'm talking about you as a wise man leaving a legacy for your grandchildren.
Well, even in leaving that legacy for your grandchildren or your children, you have to teach some wisdom in that.
That's right.
Or it'd be gone before dark.
Yes, they can have $15,000 and they, whoop, it's gone.
Gone.
Okay, well, we've had a nice discussion, and I thank God for doing life with you.
Oh, okay.
You are very stable when it comes to finances. Thank you very much.
Can I get that on credit?
well, you don't need it on credit. You 0% interest for life. How about that?
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Well, okay, because we know that some people that listen to this podcast, there's some challenges mentally, especially in our economy right now. So we would like to give out the mental health hotlines. If you need help, okay? Don't be ashamed, audience, to say, I need help. I'm going to say this. This is SRP Federal Credit Union. We have free financial counseling for our members, okay? So you can go to any branch, and speak with a member service representative. And if you need guidance on how to build, what to build, all this with your credit, we have free financial counseling for our members. And again, I'm going to go back to the 988 hotline. There's a text 741-741. That's free 24/7. There's a NAMI, that's the National Alliance on Mental Illness. You can go to their website and click on the state that you live in. There is the general community resource number that's 24/7, and that's 211. Mr. Perry.
Well, in life, take time out to smell the roses. And take your time to make wise decisions.
Yes.
Never be rushed, never be pushed, and never live in fear. This has been Young People Nation, and remember, there's always hope.
Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the #1 prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what he gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation. Get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation. It's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by his love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth onto what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.